Tom, hang around. Can't wait for your advice and get your thoughts on this small business also, which is carving out a niche in the alcohol space, but is needed some help. Tiny Bear Distillery is a local craft distillery based just outside of Melbourne. Former teacher Damien Anderson combined his passion for science with his love of gin, would you believe, to produce an artisan product that is really kicking goals.
I've never run a business prior to this. One thing that we've always done in-house ourselves is all our accounting and everything, but we're not accountants. When that first Melbourne lockdown hit, 70% of our customers disappeared overnight because they were, bars and hotels. Our number one goal was just to keep our staff employed. So it was quite a small amount of us. How do we get more specific roles for staff? How do we build that right culture in our workforce?
Oh, Tom, Damien's not alone. Every business is facing this staff shortage, skills shortage as well. How do you cope with it at Emma & Thompson? How important is it to look at upskilling rather than just finding new staff?
So I'm big on hiring really competent people. You're not going to get the person who's done the job before necessarily, because it'll be a new job. So we've hired good people and they've learned and created a new role for themselves. And of course, we provide all the systems and support, mentoring, whatever you like, to let them achieve that. But I'm huge on sort of aptitude and ability as opposed to sort of the qualification for the role, because once again, it's all changing.
So what are the personality traits you look for in a new staff member?
Tenacity, taking responsibility, and also asking the question. I'm a full believer there's no dumb questions. Right. So not be intimidated by the fact that, my name's on the bottle. Talk to me.
Tom, great advice. Now, if Tiny Bear Distillery is going to continue to grow, they need some expert advice on how to upskill their staff and also make time to focus on that all-important planning that Tom was talking about. So we paired up Damien with one of the best business strategists in this area that I know, Holly Ransom. She'll unpack the challenges facing Tiny Bear and see how they can turn disruption into success. Holly joins us now. Now, Holly, Damien's facing an issue that's common for a lot of hospitality venues coming out of the pandemic, skills and staff shortages. What are the first steps you think he needs to consider?
Well, David, thanks so much. It's great to be with you here on KBB, and I'm so excited to have the opportunity to work with Tiny Bear Distillers. A lot of my work is in the space around intergenerational engagement, workforce engagement, and how do we create destination cultures. So, places where people are excited to show up and where we are able to overcome those loyalty and retention challenges that we so often see. So I'm really interested in two aspects of Tiny Bear Distillery's challenge. One, there's this piece around attraction. They've got the world opening up post-COVID now. Demand, fortunately, which is fantastic credit to Damien and the team, is going through the roof. So how are they going to attract the talent that they need to meet their workforce demands? And then the second bit is, one of the biggest challenges of small business is retaining those employees. So how are we going to really define what it is that the people in their organisation are after? How can we make not only an outstanding employee value proposition, but really tell that story effectively? So they're the two parts of the challenge I'm looking forward to leaning into with Damien and the team.
Holly, I can't wait to see how you can help Damien unlock the potential of his business, and we'll keep checking in.